And we are back today with another interview with a 2024 recruit and one that Oklahoma is actually looking at. So I know Sooner fans out there that watch the podcast, you all are going to be excited about this one because this is looking like it's going to become another Michigan State and Oklahoma battle. And it seems like Oklahoma's been in a few of those, especially this year. And the player that we have today is Mykel Patterson McDonald from Westmoore High School here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And listen, if you guys don't know exactly who this kid is, you need to put this kid on your radar because Mykel is a guy that has put up some stats in a place where he's having to play a significant talent in the state of Oklahoma, Owasso, Bixby, Norman North, and others. So you know he's playing some of the best talent in Oklahoma. And for him to be getting offers from Tulsa, UNLV, Michigan State, and Oklahoma just to get him started, that's to name a few. You know that this kid's going to be a special talent. In the 2022-2023 varsity football season for Westmoore High School, Mykel did 53 solo tackles, 108 total tackles, 9.8 tackles a game, 3 interceptions. This kid is definitely going to be a star, and I would expect that we're going to see him quickly rise throughout the rankings in the 247 rankings or the On3 rankings, whichever one you guys pay attention to. So go ahead, drop a like, comment down in the comments below. Where do you want Mykel Patterson McDonald to go to school? Which fan base can show up the most? Yeah, well, let's go ahead and let's get into it. And we are back today with another 2024 recruit, one from hometown Oklahoma, Mykel Patterson Donald. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Listen, it's 5:00 on a Friday. Can't complain too much. Don't have to work for the rest of the weekend, so I'm good with that. Get to do the fun stuff, this kind of thing. So I'm excited. But I like to start off all of my interviews a little bit fun. Like to ask some fun questions here. So the first one that I've been asking everybody is pineapples on pizza. What's your take? What's your thoughts? Give me your opinion.
No, thank you. I don't think fruit goes on pizza. I don't pizza. In my opinion, hot pineapples, no.
I 100% agree with you. Cheese, marinara, pineapple does not mix. And I had this one given to me today. It's a pretty interesting question. Do you think a hot dog is a sandwich?
Oh, uh, it could be. I don't know. That's a tricky question because I feel like a hot dog is just a hot dog, but it's like it's a piece of meat between bread. So basically, yeah.
Yeah, it's when I think of sandwich, right? I think you got to have the bread, but also I make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with tortillas. So I guess a sandwich could really be anything with a flour or wheat or whatever it is. So I know I'm a little weird. Some people say I poisoned the youth by doing PB&Js in a tortilla. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. It's a little weird. It's a little weird.
I've never tried that.
You'll have to go home and try it. It's pretty interesting. You don't have the fluffy taste of bread, so it's like a different texture. So it's different. It's different. I'll tell you that. But well, go ahead and just tell me a little bit more about yourself. Where did you grow up? Have you grown up in Oklahoma your whole life? Tell us a little bit more about your family.
Uh, I was born in Norman, Oklahoma. I grew up there most of my life. I was raised there, and I moved to Texas my 6th grade year for about a year and a half. I lived in Texas for 2 years, and I had just moved to Moore at the end of my freshman year during wrestling season. So most of my life I was in Norman, and I have 4 siblings. Of course, 2 parents, I have necessarily my mom's husband. My brother is 12, my sister's 10, my other sister's 16, and I have another sister. She's 14.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. You got the big family vibes going on. You're from Norman, Oklahoma, so I'm not gonna lie. Do have a lot of OU fans that watch my podcast. I'm an OU fan myself, but I talk about all things college football, which is why I like talking to the 2024 recruits. But what is it like? You've gained a lot of, or I would say a lot. You've gotten 4 offers over the past weekend. It seems like Oklahoma, Michigan State, Tulsa, UNLV. Being from the town of Norman, what's that like being recruited by one of the biggest schools in your state, and definitely, the biggest school within 50 miles of you?
Uh, it's a blessing. It's a school that I always looked at, I always admired, a school that I always wanted to go to. It's been my dream since I can just even think about going to college.
I'm assuming you've been to some OU games. Do you have a memory of any Sooner games that you've been to that's like your favorite?
Um, no, sir. I went to games, but I've always said at the top. I've never like going down to the bottom.
Ah, listen, the bottom's not as great as the lower bow's cool, but like I have season tickets. I sit in section 36 and I'm backed right up against the concrete wall underneath the suites because I like to get as high up as I possibly can without sitting up at the very top because I want to be able to see the field. I don't like being down at field level and not being able to dissect everything from above that's happening. But yeah, if you ever get an opportunity to, which I'm sure you're going to get to this year, it's definitely a different experience because I've sat up top before. I've sat up top. It's a different experience. So, but yeah, go ahead and tell us a little bit more about you and football and your passion for it, right? When you step on the field, any given Friday, or I don't know if you guys play on Saturdays or not in high school. What's your biggest motivation to go out there and play football?
My biggest motivation is, you always got to be locked in. You always got to be ready and focused. Biggest motivation is just, when I step on the field, you got to have the confidence of being the best player out there on the field, and nobody can mess with you on the field.
No, that's a great one, and yeah, it seems like, you've definitely turned some heads with the way that you're able to play on the field. Definitely, we've heard about the way that staffs have been able to evaluate you. They love that talent that you're able to bring week in and week out. So, talking a little bit about this recruitment process, I know it's still a little bit early for you, but kind of, what is that like in terms of, getting these offers and then maybe trying to decide where you want to go? Is it more so just a relationship development with the staff that you're looking for? Is it, you're looking for like a best fit in terms of a staff that can go out there and develop you? Do you kind of know what you're looking for yet in terms of a recruitment?
Yeah. You hit the spot on two of them right there, and also like honesty from coaches, not being sugar coated,
Yeah.
and trust and loyalty from the coaches, especially if that's what they expect from players.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a big one. We've had OU players on the podcast that were there during previous administrations and now here during the new regime, and they talk about that. They talk about the genuine uh, aspects that they love from these coaches, and so that's great that that's something that you're looking for in terms of a home and a place to call a call home in terms of 2024. So going into this year in your I believe you're wrapping up your junior year, going into senior year. What are some of your goals that you have for yourself in your senior year?
Senior year, really just to enjoy senior year, stay focused, no distractions. Really are the main goals, honestly, because, senior year is probably, well, senior year is your most relaxed year. You don't have many classes. And yeah, you really just got to stay healthy senior year, especially if you have a few offers or so. You don't have to go all crazy, but stay healthy. That's really it.
Yeah, listen, you got a few offers now, but I'm sure by the end of the 2024 cycle, you'll probably have a few more. I'm thinking maybe 15 or 20. That's kind of where I'm thinking maybe you'll end at. Because listen, right now you're not ranked in the 247 composite, but
Hmm.
you have a good senior season. I'm sure you'll skyrocket. We've seen people skyrocket through these rankings, and I think you're potentially going to be somebody that could do that. So, but yeah, is there like any specific current college football player or recruit that you really want to be able to go out there and play with in college?
Yeah, David Stone.
Oh, that's a big one. David Stone currently out at IMG Academy. Have
Yeah,
have you played with David Stone before or?
yeah, we played together for about 6 years in Little League.
Oh wow. Oh wow. So is he as dominant as what people say?
Oh yeah, most definitely. He's been.
Yeah, well that's a that's a big one. I know OU fans have got their
Yeah.
going crazy over that one, but we're not here to talk about David Stone. We're here to talk about you and your recruitment process and what your aspirations and goals are, right? Especially as you head into your senior year. Um, are there any other schools outside of Oklahoma, Michigan State, Tulsa, and UNLV that you're just like, man, I hope I get an offer here. I want to go take a visit and see what, their college atmosphere is like.
Um, Oregon, Texas A&M, Texas, and Clemson.
Clemson's nice. They've been on the rise. They had a really, really good recruiting cycle in 2023, and I think they're about to do another one in 2024. But what sticks out to you about those schools, specifically about one of them, or maybe just a generalization of all of them?
Um, Oregon, Oregon had a really good year. They ended up having a good year, and the atmosphere there and how big it is and everything is just it's a lot bigger than a lot of other schools.
Yeah, yeah, and they got new head coach Dan Lanning from
Mm.
Georgia, right? So he's coached under a really good defensive mind in Kirby Smart, who's from the Nick Saban tree. So I'm sure that's probably appealing as well, uh, being able to look at that. So, well, as we start to kind of wrap things up a little bit, what is some advice that you would give to maybe any freshmen or sophomores, or maybe even some junior kids that
Yeah.
might be watching this right now and kind of watching your journey as you progress and look at maybe ending up at a college home?
You really just got to stay patient. You got to keep working. Chin up, chest out. Just got to keep working and be patient with it. Especially if you wanted whatever you want, you got to go get it. It took. It was a lot of. It was a lot of stuff I went through to get here. Where I am right now, and it was really stressful along the way. So you just got to keep working. You got to believe. You got to be confident in yourself.
Yeah, no, that's definitely great. Being confident and being able to go out there and work day in and day out to make yourself better on the field and off the field. That's definitely something great that you're able to do. Is there anything else that you kind of want to say or get out there as we wrap this up?
Nothing that I can think of.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on. And listen, I'm sure a lot of people that watch this, they're going to be excited to watch your recruitment and watch how that one falls. Do you have a date that you might want to potentially wrap all this up, like maybe before your senior season, or are you kind of just going to ride this out all the way till the end?
Um, Ride it out as of right now.
All right. Hey, that's all you can do. And there you have it, folks. Mykel Patterson McDonald, the DB, full safety, strong safety, athlete, whatever position you want to put him at. That's him right there. This recruitment is going to be absolutely fun to watch. And listen, you guys are in on this one early. So you guys really get to see him progress during this 2024 cycle as he gets offers from other schools. Because, listen, I believe he's going to get more offers from other schools. You see this trend, right, across college football. When a school sees that Oklahoma offers a kid, all of a sudden that kid starts to end up on a lot of people's radars. And something that this staff is very good at, they're very good at evaluating talent that nobody else is looking at. And I think that's what's going on here. And listen, you heard it in the interview. I think Oklahoma is in strong position to land Mykel Patterson McDonald. And I think this would be a great addition for the Sooners in the 2024 class. So go ahead, jump down in the comments below. Let me know what you all are thinking. And if you guys like more interviews like this one, drop a like, share it with somebody else, because it really helps me be able to grow, expand to more recruits and more players so that we can bring you guys more great content.